This video is brought to you by PlayTracker. Stick around at the end to find out more hot stuff. Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, where first of all this week we're going to catch up with some old friends in Vampire Crawlers. Yes, the success of Vampire Survivors has enabled the developers to branch out and indulge new innovative ideas, and this is what they've come up with. Vampire Survivors again. But this time it's a roguelite deck builder. That notoriously underserved genre.
We are now titularly crawling.
We found the pancakes, you'll be assured to know.
Delicious.
Something I like saying is that I'm on the cusp of freak tall, being 6'4". It's still normal tall. It's still, eligible bachelor tall. Any taller than me, and you enter the realms of freak tall.
Although I do like laying down. Laying down feels great.
I kid. I actually rather enjoy Vampire Crawlers. It won the Silver Yahtzee Tries medal, meaning I went back and played it some more after the stream. And then it proceeded to win the Gold Yahtzee Tries medal, meaning I went out of my way to install it on the Steam Deck I keep in my living room.
Double the fingers. Let's extend the One Piece talk. Marty, what would your devil fruit be? I'd say Yahtzees would be the word fruit.
This is all referencings going over my head.
There's one guy whose boogers can explode. That's pretty funny.
Man, imagine getting that power, but you were an extremely polite, well-bred person.
But I'm like, A, sex is going to be very dangerous.
Yeah.
And B, what about like dandruff? What if you just is like you got a little dry skin, you wipe it out, and all of a sudden there's explosions everywhere? That's not good.
I guess this is one of those powers that doesn't really hold up to scrutiny. It's certainly a lot better looking than Vampire Survivors, ditching the dodgily resized key art and flat gameplay and putting in some 3D environments and a bit more general polish. You navigate dungeons in first-person grid-based Dungeon Master style, getting into Slay the Spire-esque turn-based deck builder fights based around dealing damage and putting up armor.
What are you fighting now? Like a mudman? Is this some sort of a mudman?
I've no idea. It's a dude.
Hit him with a Bible.
I will. Spinach, knife, Bible. The classic combo.
Yeah, the big three.
The bats make a weird noise when you hit them. But in truth, Vampire Crawlers is to turn-based deck building what Vampire Survivors was to third-person combat. A version that's massively simplified on the surface, with lots of fights against ridiculously large groups of dudes, but that's surprisingly deep in the meta. What was that weird indie one we played, where you were a smiling lady with a thing on her head? Someone will know then.
What? Like what? Was that the one that was like we kind of had a hard time figuring out like kind of what was going on?
Well, that doesn't really narrow it down, does it?
That doesn't narrow it down, but
Psychopomp Gold. Thank you, Kid Bartender. It was called
Psychopomp Gold.
Yes. I like how fast-paced the combat gets. There's no particular reason it should be fast-paced, since it's turn-based and the game waits for you to act, but it's so straightforward and the combo system so immediately intuitive that I find myself playing it very, very fast regardless, just flinging cards around left and right to make positive reinforcement particle effects fly across the screen. But I was just listening to the Snow Miser song from the old Rankin and Bass film, A Year Without a Santa Claus. I've went on to mention that I'd never actually seen the film. I'd only ever watched the clip of the Snow Miser song, which is, to my mind, a banger. But the fact that I was able to sustain a largely unrelated conversation throughout the stream while playing it should have already indicated that this isn't the kind of strategic deck builder that will tax the old skull sausage much. Much like Vampire Survivors, it's ideal second screen material to have something for your hands to piss about with while your higher brain is elsewhere, which is fine. I just wish more games would have the ambition to stimulate more than 10% of our brains. I'm worried some things might atrophy, like my knees did when I camped out on a gaming couch for 17 years. Speaking of games that don't stimulate enough of the brain, the second game I tried was Gecko Gods, a game that styles itself a cozy exploration game with the twist that you're a gecko.
Nick Knoll, thank you so much over in YouTube with $5. Says, fun fact, spinach is only considered a superfood / healthy because a German nutrition scientist misplaced a decimal in the 1920s, giving it 10 times iron.
Yes, we've all heard that story.
I've never heard that story.
I've heard that story.
Y'all, that's because y'all go to funfacts.com every morning and you read the fun fact and you share it with your friends. I've never heard of that.
No, I don't. I just...
Funfacts.org. You go to nonprofits.
I read books and shit.
You don't read books. You go to funfacts.com.
There needs to be a name for this. You're a lone wanderer in an ancient land where you explore the ruins of some kind of forgotten civilization whose machinery is all still mysteriously functional, and most of what you have to do is keep exploring until you've pressed all the buttons or turned on the lights to activate whatever mechanism is currently keeping you within the current area, and then you move on and start looking for the buttons that activate the next one, all the while drinking in the atmosphere of former splendor in the process of being overtaken by nature under a clear blue sky, listening to a thoughtful, melancholy soundtrack, and generally ruminating on the folly of man and the inescapability of entropy. Yeah, and his bum is in the air and his head looks like he's having trouble with the floor.
You face planted. That's good stuff.
Boing. I do have fond memories of that time I was living in an Australian share house and glanced over at a wall while watching TV one day and saw two geckos fucking on a wall.
Yeah, no one thinks of geckos as like a dirty animal, whereas like a roach, people don't know.
People who haven't lived in Queensland share houses and seen them fucking on walls probably wouldn't. This is one of whatever that kind of game is, except you're a gecko, and you have the ability to crawl all over the walls and ceiling using a very authentic, if slightly disquieting, animation, illustrated by the sound of your little legs flapping against the stone like you've rented a cheap apartment next to a ham packing facility. Well, I hope this is progress, because this is the way I'm going. Oh, not you, motherfuckers. Oh, what a feeling when you're crawling on the ceiling. Crawling on the ceiling, I know, I know.
Double the fingers, 5-year dono. Gecko fact. Geckos stick to surfaces via over 1 billion super fine hairs per foot. At their tip, these hairs are only about 15 nanometers thick.
It's kind of funny when you pass through an area that seems like it was designed as a platforming challenge for a ground-based entity and then bypass it completely via the wall. The game suffers a little on the technical level. The camera-based movement controls throw a tantrum when switching from one plane to another, and I had an alarming tendency to clip through floors when jumping down onto them at terminal velocity.
The data files.
Can I just phase through the floor? Devs, broke your game.
Go towards there. If you see a brazier lit, get the fuck out of there.
I see you're making the most out of that word now you've remembered it.
It's a fun word to say.
And I'd say the game also suffers from a lack of clear direction. I wasn't clear on what my overall goal was, or how going through these button hunting and go through rings, open quotes, challenges was bringing me any closer to it.
Yeah, if you just keep rimming,
excuse
like
me.
Yeah, you just got to keep rimming. You've been doing a little rimming. Okay. Now you need to really commit to the rimming, and then you'll find some.
Yeah, I'm gonna rim like Arnold Rimmer.
Look at that thing. There's an orange thing. Go through that Doctor Strange portal. See what's going on over there.
I will.
I dare ya. I double dog dare ya.
I'm not even sure how one motivates a gecko. I think you have to be a fly or another gecko's vagina. Our next game was Casualties Unknown, a 2D platform survival game, which I had a go on because it looked like a slightly grim roguelite physics platform along the lines of Noita that might be fun for a stream. Little did I know that Casualties Unknown is one of those games along the lines of Project Zomboid or Robinson's Requiem that adopt the title of survival game and proceed to completely not piss about with that. Shower toggle? Oh, shower.
Steam them pits.
I'm damp. And I'm warm. Ow! I think I broke both my legs, and my entire body is covered in spray bottles because I'm a naughty little kitty. Now I feel confused because I brained myself a couple of times. We are an adorable genetically engineered lizard dog parrot thing, apparently one of thousands getting dropped into an alien world to recover something or other, and our physical body is governed by an exhaustively detailed realistic injury and sickness system that means we walk 2 steps, fall down a hole we didn't see, and split our legs open on the jagged rocks at the bottom. I'm immunocompromised, dirty, wet, chilly, queasy, thirsty, and drowsy.
All of the 7 dwarves.
All the dwarves except the doc, which is ironically the only one I fucking need. Just gonna break some glass. I see no way this could backfire. Yep, see, everything's fine. Then we struggle to stand up, fall over into some dirty water, and all our wounds turn septic. Desperate, we try to dig our way through a clay wall, only to become exhausted with the effort, and an attempt to drink the water for refreshment adds queasy to our ever-lengthening list of crippling status ailments. Oh, I went into shock from pain. But I'm okay now. Oh, using my claw is causing me pain, is it? Well, perhaps I should suck it up. Now, who'd have thought crawling over broken glass would be a bad idea? I don't like bleeding. I don't think I got to the point where Casualties Unknown becomes fun, for whoever finds this sort of thing fun. Truth be told, I don't think I could be said to have started playing Casualties Unknown at all. The very first, most basic tool that was available for me to create in the crafting menu was a simple knife, and I never got as far as making even that. The closest I ever got was gathering most of the required crafting materials together in a hole, before a sudden flood scattered them all and an unnoticed bounce pad knocked me unconscious against the ceiling. And then I found the one piece of scrap metal I'd found wasn't nearly high quality enough to use anyway, so I just succumbed to despair, really. Hey, and now I'm bleeding. Death! I'm good at this.
I've never seen a man so brazenly jump into the darkness.
I'm losing me life juice. Should I just restart? I feel like...
Yes?
Yeah, let's restart. What hope have I got to survive in this place, honestly?
Are you bleeding again?
Oh, that keeps happening. Oh, I've got sepsis. I got life-threatening infection. And I'm hot. And I'm confused. I'm sure there are plenty of people who enjoy this kind of ultra-realistic, ultra-unforgiving gameplay, much as there exist people who like to show off by chewing broken light bulbs. I'm not judging them, I'm just saying I wouldn't want to be their dentist. And the final game this fortnight was Gunboat Gods, not to be confused with Gecko Gods from earlier in this video, and I promise this wasn't intentional. Hey, I destroyed the onslaught.
Boom. Dude, this game is riddled in juice. Like, all the UI elements and like the liquid and stuff.
Oh yeah, this game's all about that juice.
Oh my juice.
Gunboat Gods is an arcadey horizontal movement stick shooter whose core gameplay and visual style hits a point somewhere between Dome Keeper and insanely twisted Shadow Planet.
It's an onslaught, man. Oh.
Go away. I successfully followed Yeti. 3 stars. Kiss my ass. Oh, it's the title drop, you see? See what they did there? You are a little silhouette man who is cast out of some kind of paradise realm and lands at the bottom of the world inside the silhouette of a gunboat owned by the silhouette of a jolly crocodile far too large to operate the gunboat themselves. Serendipitous, really. I'm a submarine. Whee! Ow. Ow.
He's caked in game feel, man. Oh.
Leave me alone. Well, I have to say I'm not enjoying this onslaught at all. Hey! Ludo, look more impressed.
Ludo, be excited about what's happening. No, just hugs. Okay.
And so the two of you begin a journey across the land to take revenge on your former master, navigating map screens covered in little micro-challenges that range from shooting a bunch of dudes, protecting a thing by shooting the bunch of dudes attacking it, gathering supplies while shooting the dudes who'd rather you didn't, and navigating various two-dimensional obstacles either by leaping above the water or diving down beneath them, increasing our vertical movement capacity through the strategic use of shooting a bunch of dudes. Hooray! I'm making friends with the crocodile. Thorny, thorny floors. Hurry up and finish fixing the boat, Yeti the crocodile. Are we done yet? Oh. What opportune timing that I should say that. Stop hurting Yeti. He is a good little crocodile. The game's got a great feel to it. The animation is spot on and keeps the eye amused with constant movement, even if everything being rendered in single colour silhouettes might have been a bit of a cheat. Who are you calling flat head? Handbag face? Baby Yeti? You never told me you were a family man.
Where's Mrs. Yeti? Could be that this is the mother. We don't know.
Normally I'm slightly iffy on map screens in this kind of thing. I've said before, constantly pausing the action to ask if we'd like to continue playing the game runs the risk of me going, you know what, I kinda don't now you've made me think about it. But in this case the missions are short, snacky and varied enough to avoid that problem, and the action gets intense enough that regular breaks are very welcome. My only other niggle is that boss fight we got to at the end of the stream was taking way too bloody long to kill. Those do thing 3 times to win boss fights from Zelda games might be a bit formulaic, but I still prefer that over do thing 19 fucking thousand times to win.
This thing has fucking health, man. Holy moly.
It's a bit of a sponge, isn't it? If we can demonstrate understanding of how to avoid all the attacks, I think the boss fight should just stop. Say, alright, we haven't been able to hurt you for like 30 minutes, so let's just assume you know what you're doing and move on to the next part.
This video is brought to you by PlayTracker, the app that tracks your cross-platform game library, achievements, stats, friend activity, and more. PlayTracker works by connecting to a wide variety of gaming platforms: Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, GOG, EA Origin, and, as of the latest update, Nintendo, Epic, Retro Achievements, Ubisoft, Battle.net, and Riot. It then combines all of your profile data in one place so you can acquire XP, level up, and unlock rewards no matter where you play. Have you ever been watching one of Second Wind's streams and found yourself thinking, hey, I bet I've logged in more hours of Super Smash Bros. Than KC, earned more achievements in Souls games than Jack, and tried more games than Yahtzee has tried on Yahtzee Tries? If so, you're a sick, twisted individual. And we want you to join our guild on PlayTracker. Put that gaming prowess to use and unlock Second Wind-themed profile cosmetics. Keep up with our latest videos on your social feed and earn your spot on a leaderboard of our top fans, which I like to look at every morning to keep myself humble. Unite your gaming multiverse with PlayTracker and join the official Second Wind Guild today.
Dr. Claw voice is the one where you talk like this.
That has to come from like a deep place, or like the deep
Next
recesses.
time, Gadget. Next time.
Captain President gifted 10 memberships over in YouTube.
Goodness me.
Rushman, Alex, Janie, Necromancer, Father Hill, Chakanisa, Cito, Kel, Dabaus, Johan, and Luke. Thank you so much, Captain Prez. Real niche.
Bram says, why do games animate text appearing? It just slows down my reading speed. I think of it because Gunboat God isn't terrible. At least the text appears faster than I can read it, so I don't have to wait. Game feel, it looks nice, and 2, not everyone's you. Not everyone reads at the same speed you do. So
Well, what you need to understand is that people are big idiots. They find it hard to pay attention to something that's not constantly moving to stimulate their tiny brains.